Hey everyone, so I think we're going to do some more kind of Boolean operations and just try to make some cool models. So let's just jump right into Grasshopper. And we're going to start with, let's do a box this time maybe. Okay, and then we're just going to type in, let's say 15 for the XY. We're going to make kind of like a totem looking thing, I think, today. So from here, we'll do, let's just copy and paste that 15 down. We'll make it a little bit taller. And maybe we'll make it maybe around there. All right, perfect. Okay, and then we're just going to copy and paste the box down again. And we're just going to change the Z height, I think, for now. Let's get it kind of centered in there. That's going to be kind of the design box in which we'll make our Booleans. All right. I'm just going to line these up just a hair. Super OCD about plugs. Okay. And from here, we're just going to populate the geometry. And let's just do like 30 for now. Okay. Then we'll type in sphere. And we'll plug it onto each one of these. And let's give that 15 for radius. And then one thing we're going to do is scale it non-uniform. So we're going to scale these geometries based on these points. And let's just do like 0.25. We're going to make them kind of ellipsoids. Okay, then we'll go to the intersection tab again. And we're just going to do a Boolean difference. Just like so. Awesome. Wait for it to load there. And we can hide everything else. That's looking pretty good. I want to make sure they're kind of connected through here. So let's make our Z value a little bit bigger on the second box. There we go, much better. And what if we go a little bit even higher? That's looking pretty cool. I kind of liked it at 25, I guess. We have some kind of solid portions to kind of the Booleans happening. Still getting an empty section in there, so I might just turn it down to 24. There we go. Now they're all connected. That's looking good. Okay, and then from here, what I'm going to do is just bake it out. And for this particular one, we're going to do it two different materials. So what I want to do is just take it in our plan view. We're going to explode it out. And I'm just going to deselect holding control around the edges there. So we keep the outside as one material. Just like that. Just go around all the way around. And we can deselect the top and the bottom. We're just going to hit Control J to join them. I think that's going to work for now. And let's just change that to a different material. Let's just call it bronze for now. Let's take a look around, make sure we don't have any exterior parts that are being shown. It looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to select the default layer, go to our select tab up here. We're going to go select by color, and we'll just join all those together and apply a different material to them as well. We'll say it's concrete for now. And then I think when we go to render this, I want to add some greenery to it. So I'm going to just type in duplicate border on the inside material. And I'm just going to pipe each one of these. And these are going to be kind of the leaf. Actually, you know what we'll do? Let's take this. Let's contour it. So let's type in brep in Grasshopper. Set multiple breps. Okay, and then from here we'll just type in contour. And we'll just do it every, let's say 3. I don't know what our scales are. I should work on that. Okay. Let's hide it for now. Let's hide this for now. Let's bring it a little bit lower. Then we'll get some nice kind of striations starting to flow through the whole thing. That's looking pretty good. And then maybe instead of in the Z direction, we'll go in the X direction. Is that going to look good? And let's make our own vector. Actually, what we can do, instead of making our own vector and adding, we could just rotate the overall model 45 degrees. Wait for that to load. Okay, we want to make sure every single one is getting contoured there. And we're going to turn this up again. Wait for it to load. Okay, I'm going to do point, let's just do 1. That's looking pretty good. And we can type in pipe for mesh pipe. Oop. Keeps disappearing. There we go. And we'll just pipe them out. Then when we get to Lumion, we'll start to mess with the materials in there. I'm thinking that'll be like a leaf layer. I'm going to turn it really to a really small number there. And then we need to turn up the accuracy. Otherwise it's not going to match the curvature. Wait for it there. Perfect. And we'll just bake that out. And we'll select the last made. These might be a little bit too big. I'm going to tone that down even further. Might be too small. Perfect. Bake that out. Okay. And we'll just join those, Control J. And we'll start building our landscape. Okay, so as usual, I'm going to bring this up to the 0, 0, 0 mark. Okay, we're going to type in bounding box. Explode out that box. Okay. And let's just hide our model, or lock it, rather. And should we do 3? We haven't done 3 in a while. I'm just going to rotate this. Okay. Do something like that. Okay. We rotate that one the other way. Let's rotate it this way. Then we can show it off from all angles. Oop. Copy it. Hit undo. Awesome. So they all look a little bit different. Very cool. And then this front one, I'm just going to scale it up in one direction. Oop, scale 1D, excuse me. And we'll just lock down on each one of those models. All right. And we'll pull it out just like that. Type in rebuild. And let's do 55 by 55. And what kind of scene? Let's do some, maybe some watery. We'll have to increase the point count there. Okay, turn our points on, use our brush select. And maybe we'll just kind of make like a nice water channel through them and around them. Kind of round out these. Okay, let's lower that down. Might have gone a little bit too far, but no big deal. Actually, what I might do is deselect just a few of the points so we maintain the ground where these are sitting. Okay. Maybe we'll select a few around here. A few around here. Okay, that looks pretty good. And again, we'll just drop it all down. Alright, smooth it all out. Make it a little bit further so it really smooths out the land there.
Looking good. And I'm just going to bring up the landscape so it's touching our models. So our view is going to be somewhere in here. Okay, I might just shift this over. It's not very centered, so what I want to do, we'll go back from where we smoothed it. Let's turn our points on one more time. And I'm going to hit undo so we can select all that. So I want to make sure the view's centered with the water kind of canal going through. Okay. Perfect. Type in smooth again. Awesome. Bring it up. There we go. Much better. Okay. And then we'll just create another surface here. This will be the water. Drop it down. Just like that. Change that over to a water layer. Okay, and then we've done this in the past. Basically, I'm just going to scale this in 1D. Tap the Alt button. And I'll duplicate the layer. This will be our grass. Okay. What we'll do is just lower that just a hair. And basically, this will be our kind of soil layer or rock layer. We can just call it pebbles for now. And if we go to Arctic mode, I think we're going to be all set for Lumion. It's looking good.
So we'll head on over to Lumion. All right, so we got in Lumion. Let's start adding materials to the scene. Actually, I might want to start with the landscape. I don't know what the model's actually going to be quite yet. So we'll start with the grass here, do some wild grass kind of coming out. You might want to take the size of that grass down just a hair. Okay, or the size might be fine because you want it to kind of bleed into the ground there. Okay, we'll go to various for here. Do some soil. Let's see, is that looking, actually doesn't look too bad. Okay, and then the water, probably want it to be a little bit calmer. So let's go to various again. Water, let's see, that's a little too rough. That's looking good today. Looks alright. Okay, and then let's see if we can get these striations to start to create some leaves in here. That's looking alright. Leaves are way too big, so let's go in there. This is the problem with not working with scales. It tends to kind of turn on you in the rendering mode. That's looking pretty good. Okay, and then this inside stuff, let's make it kind of a gold polish thing. And the outside figures, do some sort of maybe concrete. That looks pretty good. All right, so let's add some trees out in the distance here. Get some plants in there. All right, let's do some broadleaf maybe. Bur oak, sure. Turn down the density. Let's go all the way around here. Looks pretty good. What kind of other oaks do they have? Looks pretty good to me. Okay. And let's just get some plants in here. I'm gonna bring up the density just a hair. We're just gonna put it all through. Okay, that should do it. And maybe instead of people, maybe we'll do some farm animals. So
some dairy cows maybe. I don't even know if you'll be able to see them. That's all right. Just kind of coming out of the forest. Awesome. And maybe some birds kind of flying around. Alright, let's see what that's starting to render out like. Save a view, let's go to realistic. I'm just going to go ahead right away and just turn off real skies. Use our sun. Let's get the camera right. Oop, not photo matching, we don't need that. 2 point. Okay. Let's go back. That didn't delete, that's fine. Okay, let's see what it's starting to look like in rendered view. Might need to add some more trees in the background, but we can take care of that in just a bit. Is the bird swimming? Yes, it is. We'll have to fix that. That's looking pretty cool. Still see the cows, which is great. All right, I'm going to pull out that focal length. Actually, we're going to bring it down just a bit. Maybe this is kind of like a semi-aerial view. That's looking pretty good, quite dark. That's all right. Let's change the sun out. Okay, get some nice shadows happening in here. Looking good. Okay, let's add some clouds in the scene here. Sky and clouds. Do a master cloud amount, bring it all the way up. We're going to do some low clouds. Looks pretty good. And why don't we add some weather? What's snow look like? Let's add some fog. That's looking pretty cool. Turn down that fog. Let's turn up the snow. Okay, let's just add in some more trees into the scene there. And I'm not too sure about the leaves, I guess. I want to turn them into lights. See if I can get it. Come on. So when you do the leaves, basically it doesn't really let you select very easily the material. So we're just going to go back. I'm going to change it into some sort of lights. Go to settings, emissive, turn that pretty high up. And then this concrete, it's a little bit too dark. So I wonder if they have any decent kind of lighter. Maybe a texture on there wouldn't be so bad. That might look pretty cool. Turn the gloss up just a bit. Looks pretty good. Let's get some trees out in the background. And for the background trees, we're going to try to leave it relatively a light model. So what I want to do is just do kind of tree clusters back here. You can just place like 1 or 2. Okay, let's go back to our rendered view. See what we're starting to get there. Oop, we didn't save the view. That's fine. We're just kind of straight on. Bring that focal length up again.
centered here. Save it. And we're going to go back real quick. We're going to put some those farm animals in the scene right here. Hit OK. Go back to our view. Awesome. And I'm going to turn down the snow so we just get kind of a nice clean view of everything. That's looking really nice. That's looking pretty good. I want to try one more material thing. What if we do this dark? You kind of lose it. Let's go back. There we go. And I'm just going to mess with the sun one more time. Let's bring it just low. Even lower. That's looking pretty good. I kind of liked it around in here, maybe. Maybe a little bit higher. Looks great. And then just for kind of effects, let's put some kind of fog out in the distance there. Zoom out. There we go. Then that'll kind of hide some of the trees in the background there. We're just kind of, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and render. 86. Yeah, I think it's looking great. I might change the sun around just a bit. But other than that, I think we're all set for Photoshop. So we'll go ahead and head over there next. All right, so I basically just added a couple plants to the bottom and just changed out this material and a little bit of slight variations with the sun there. So just to Photoshop this up, I'm going to try the auto tone again. Let's see what that looks like. I might do a Control J just to duplicate the layer. Auto tone, I don't know if I like that. It might be a little bit too bright. Auto contrast looks great. Let's see what auto color does. I kind of like it a little bit more warm. And what I'm just going to do is just kind of use the dodge and burn tool just to kind of brighten up the space just a bit here and there. Okay, I'm just going to duplicate that layer, and I'm going to try to tone down how warm it is, I guess, by just doing that auto color, and then we'll turn the opacity down so we get a little bit of the in-between there. Okay, I might just bring it up to, let's say about 40. All right, that's looking pretty good. And again, I'm gonna just use the burn tool, kind of darken up the sky just a bit. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same for that lower layer, just to bring out. And then I'm just gonna kind of bring out some of those greens here and there, brighten up the cows. Let's get those metal areas kind of saturated out just a bit. I think that's looking great. Let's add the vignette at the end here. Control Shift N to create a new layer. I'm just going to bring that to the top there. Go to the bottom. Brush over the top there. like that. And I think we're all finished up. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and I will be talking with you all soon.